Welcome back to the pick.
Welcome to the show, you guys.
And this is going to be our recap videos of college and NFL. But first things first, I want to thank our military vets for serving our country and putting their lives and their on the line, even if they're not didn't give their life up and died in action. Even giving their life up to serve our country is still giving their life up, in my opinion. I want to thank them. I want to thank their families. My brother was in the military. My nephew's in the military. So definitely love the military. Love everything you guys done for this country. So let's get to sports. Michigan State, Ohio State. I always want to say Iowa State. Ohio State is going to be the game we talk about. And Michigan State, they took around a little bit in this game, but there's just a lot of miscues on offense, and we're going to get into that in a second. But they lost this one. Ohio State won 26-6, closer than the score really indicates. Let me get some stats knocked out right quick. Their starting quarterback didn't really play well. He was 11-28, 128 yards. Their backup came in, and he didn't really play well either. They had zero running game. Their backup quarterback was their leading rusher with 49 yards. White was their leading receiver, was 118 yards and no touchdowns. Hackins had a decent game, 227 yards a tub. Weber had an okay game, 104 yards a tub. And McLaurin had 63 yards and no tub. So the defense for Ohio State played really well. Granted, this Michigan State team on offense was an absolute train wreck. Like at least 5 times, maybe even more. Michigan State's defense would stop Ohio State and make them punt. And I don't know what the heck their punt team, coaching staff, whatever they were doing, couldn't figure out that every time they let the ball go past them, it would go in the 10-5, 2-yard line. Okay, 1 time, 2 times, it happens. But 5, 6 times, come on, guys. Like, you're giving your offense completely terrible field position. So that was very frustrating. And they just kept on doing that, having terrible field position. Game was getting a little bit out of hand at that point. They did it one more time, and I kind of just turned the game off after that because they weren't going to come back after that. And the play was a jet sweep, I guess. They're in shotgun, receivers coming like he's motioning for a jet sweep. Either he was late on the jet sweep or the center hiked it too early, or I don't really know exactly what happened, but it hits the receiver, ball fumbles on the ground, quarterback can't cover it, Ohio State covers it, and it gets a touchdown. I like the creativity, but not in your own end zone, especially when your offense is just inept and not executing well at all. So that was just a stupid play call in my eyes and absolute disastrous execution. So, yeah, it got out of hand after that, and I just stopped turning the game off because they weren't coming back. And I was just frustrated, and great win by Ohio State to keep their season afloat. If they can beat Michigan and some things bounce their way, maybe they can make the playoffs. We'll see. Their defense played a lot better. They shut down the run. Granted, this Michigan State offense is terrible, so I can't really give them too much credit. So, great win by Ohio State, and they got 2 more games this season.
Yeah, Michigan State definitely did not help themselves in this game. The Michigan State defense definitely did, though. It was a 9-point game all the way till the third. It didn't start getting out of hand until that fourth quarter when Ohio State went out to score 17 on them in the fourth. So really, it was a close game till super late. So yeah, man, I just don't get it. This Michigan State team was playing like they have these super athletes like Alabama or somebody running these jet sweeps and just plays that this team doesn't fit because these guys ain't these athletes to be making these plays. Like there's a lot of times their quarterback was running out of the pocket and he's not all that fast, and and athletic, and he was getting crunched on a lot of them runs that he was running on. And you know, you got to think that probably wore on him as the game went on, and that didn't help him at all. You know, he did. By the end of that game, he looked so beat up, it looked ridiculous. So it felt like they were trying to give this extreme playbook to these guys that are really not extreme players, and as you've seen, it wasn't working. And they tried to play outside themselves. Really, is what I'm trying to say. They should have just played inside themselves, let their defense keep playing really solid defense, and they might have come up with a win in this game. Yeah, it might not have been pretty necessarily, because I don't think they would have scored a whole lot of points anyways. But still, if their defense would have kept holding them, and they would have scored a little more points, they might have won this game. But yeah, man, I think that's the biggest issue in this game was just awful play calling on offense for Michigan State. Like I said, their defense played really well. Held a really high score in the Ohio State team to only 9 points all the way through the third quarter. So that's impressive. But yeah, man, this at Michigan State
7 points because the 2 points was a safety. So
yeah, so it was ridiculous, man. That they just weren't hurt by no means. Michigan State was not helping themselves, and Ohio State, just like I said, ended up pulling one out and really started to wear them out at the end because, like I said, Michigan State's defense played so well, and you know you got to think they were probably exhausted by the end of the game too because they were, you know, fighting their asses off to win this game, and they just finally was like, we can't do much more. So yeah, man, really Ohio State stayed within what they know and end up getting this victory. But yeah, they honestly should have lost this game in my opinion if Michigan State's offense wasn't being so, you know, stupid and doing these plays they shouldn't have been doing. And okay, do jet sweep, but don't do it in 2 yard line, 1 yard line, your goal line. Like that's so ignorant. So yeah, man, they definitely weren't helping themselves. But good win by OSU. They got away with one.
Alrighty, well, that's all I gotta say about this game.
Yeah, that'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.